Welcome. From today, we are initiating ourselves in the Vedic systems. Vedic systems take us to the Vedic knowledge. Each system, when is approached the system way, then it brings us face to face with the bliss of the knowledge domain of those systems. Vedas or the domain of knowledge, and this domain of knowledge is to be approached in Vedic way, which would mean we have to approach Vedas the Vedic way. That means we have to be face to face with the Vedic systems. Vedas take us to Vedanta, the end reach value of the Vedas, the essence of Vedas, and Vedanta are culminating as Vedanta Trayi, Upanishads, Brahma Sutra, and Srimad Bhagavad Gita. As such, sadhakas fulfilled with intensity of urge to acquire proper insight and to attain appropriate enlightenment about Vedic systems may begin with Srimad Bhagavad Gita, as Srimad Bhagavad Gita is the essence of the essence, or as Vedantas as the essence of the Vedas. Therefore, the text of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, as it is organized, is going to be our sequential chase steps format. Sadhakas fulfilled with intensity of urge to be face to face with Vedic systems, having intensity of urge to acquire appropriate insight and appropriate enlightenment about Vedic systems, shall approach Vedic knowledge as Vedic systems as are culminating as the organization format of the text of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. One shall begin and proceed sequentially as is the organization of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. The sequential steps parallel to the organization format of Srimad Bhagavad Gita will ensure the desired degree of enlightenment for which the sadhakas are desiring to have the attainment. The text of Srimad Bhagavad Gita is the text of 18 adhyayas, 18 chapters, and these 18 chapters are of 700 shlokas range. Therefore, starting with adhyaya 1, we have to reach up till adhyaya 18. Beginning with shloka 1 of chapter 1, we have to reach at the 78th last shloka of chapter 18, the last chapter of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Each adhyaya of Srimad Bhagavad Gita is a discipline of yoga. There are 8 disciplines of yoga which are taking us to the Vedic systems sequential reach. Vedic system's sequential reach for the enlightenment of the order of Vedic systems is a range of 18 aspects of the discipline of yoga. Each of these 18 aspects of discipline of yoga is a complete discipline of yoga. Therefore, each adhyaya, each chapter is a complete discipline of yoga. The value 18 is the value which accepts an organization 3, 4, 5 and 6 parallel to fourfold manifestation layer of hypercube of 5, the representative regular body of a 5-space Akash Tattva. It is this reach of the organization format of Srimad Bhagavad Gita which deserves to be appreciated at the initiation stage itself. The concept yoga, the formulation yoga is the source formulation, source concept, and yoga as Nishta, as the eternal processing format, yoga Nishta as the processing format is the step which deserves to be appreciated at the outset. Yoga Nishtha, Yoga and Nishtha are the pair of formulations in terms of which we shall be approaching the Vedic systems as are culminating, manifesting the format of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. The Nishtha is of two folds, firstly as a Yoga Nishtha and secondly as a Sankhya Nishtha. Therefore, along with Yoga Nishtha, we have to have an appreciation of the formulation Sankhya and then as Sankhya Nishtha. Srimad Bhagavad Gita settles processing, Vedic processing systems. The processing steps of Vedic systems have been of twofold features. First is the Yoga Nishtha and the second is the Sankhya Nishtha. As such, sadhakas shall appreciate at the initiation stage itself the pair of aspects of the processing of the Vedic systems. Vedic systems processing first aspect is Yoga Nishtha and the second aspect is Sankhya Nishtha. The formulation Yoga Nishtha is a composition of quadruple syllables, and these quadruple syllables are leading us to TC values 8, 4, 10 and 12. The summation value is 34. The trance along the vowels of the syllables, when is chased, it will leading to the first syllable as of value 105, second syllable as of value 9, third syllable as of value 0, and the fourth syllable as of value 50, making it a summation value 164. It is this pair of values reach of the formulation Yoga Nishtha as 34, which accepts an organization 7 plus 8 plus 9 plus 10 parallel to fourfold manifestation layer of hypercube 9. The value 164 is of 162 plus 2, therefore 164 as domain. The trans of the formulation Yoga Nishtha as value 164 as a domain will take to 162 as a dimension, and this value 162 is the value, means when we are between the values 2 and 3, then we know the reach from 2 to 3 will require a multiplication by 3 by 2, and in the reverse order will require a multiplication of 2 over 3. Therefore, this trance, when is to be taken back to manifestation, then it will be of value 162 multiplied by 2 over 3, and it takes to value 283, which is parallel to the total letters range of 16 Ganita Sutras. One shall have a pause here and sit comfortably, permit the transcending mind to be parallel to this processing step of the Vedic systems. The first processing step of the Vedic systems is Yoga Nishtha. Yoga Nishtha as formulation is a composition of quadruple syllables. These quadruple syllables lead to values 8, 4, 10, 12 as a summation value 34. Summation value 34 accepting organization 7 plus 8 plus 9 plus 10, which is parallel to fourfold manifestation layer of hypercube 9, the representative regular body of a 9 space. It is this reach of this processing step as Yoga Nishtha of the Vedic system which takes us up till 9 space, Brahman space, Nav Brahm, and up till Brahman space, and it is in terms of hypercube 9, the representative regular body of a 9 space, up till which is taking Yoga Nishtha, processing as Yoga Nishtha is taking us up till the format of hypercube 9, the representative regular body of 9 space. When there is going to be a trance along the vowels of the syllables, then this trance along the vowels of these syllables as such will take us to the value 105, 9, 0 and 50 with the summation value 164. Therefore, the trance along the vowels of the quadruple syllables of formulation Yoga Nishtha take us to a domain of value 164. Domain of value 164 accepts dimension of value 162. The value 162 as such is going to be a value of a creator's space, 4 space with 5 space in the role of a origin. 4 space is a spatial order space and 5 space is a solid order space. Therefore, this reach, this transition and transformation of transcendence from an origin of solid order, of creator's space, of spatial order, is going to be that when we want to reach from value 2 to value 3, and in the reverse when we want to reach from value 3 to value 2, then we know that 2 multiplied by 3 over 2 will take us to value 3, and in the reverse 3 multiplied by 2 over 3 will take us to value 2. Therefore, when we are at a trance at value 164 as a domain, as value 162 as a dimension, then from this trance value reaching this value, when we want to reach back the original creation stage of the creator's space, then this value 162 will be accepting a factor 2 over 3, and it is this factor which will take us to value 283. Let us have a pause here. Let us be parallel to these processing steps of the processing aspect of Yoga Nishta of the Vedic systems, and see that these processing steps of this formulation format, of these values and features of this format, will ultimately take us to value 283, which is the value of, it is the value of the total range of 283 letters of the text of Ganita Sutras 1 to 16. One may further have a pause here and take note that there are 18 chapters of the text of Ganita Sutras. Value 18 accepts organization parallel to fourfold manifestation layer of hypercube of 5. Further, we know that value 18 as domain will take us to value 16 as dimension, and value 16 we know is equal to 2 raised to power 4, which is parallel to the dimensional frame of the creator's space. Now it is here where it will be a blissful comprehension that we have reached at value 283 as the range of the letters of the 16 Ganita Sutras. One shall sit comfortably and be face to face with this chain of processing steps of the processing aspect of the Yoga Nishta, as it is in terms of this chain of processing steps that we will be sequentially acquiring the desired degree of enlightenment in terms of the appropriate insight having been acquired by us with respect to the Yoga Nishta processing aspect of the Vedic systems. Therefore, sadhakas shall sit comfortably and sequentially tabulate these processing aspects, steps. Let us start with the formulation Yog, then we'll start with the formulation Nishta, make a formulation Yoga Nishta, then reach Yoga Nishta as quadruple syllables, then reach at the transcendental code values of these quadruple syllables with the summation value 34 as of our organization parallel to the fourfold manifestation layer of hypercube 9, the representative regular body of 9 space. At next step, let us reach at the trance through the vowels of these quadruple syllables, and this trance will take us to value 105, 9, 0 and 50 as summation value 164. 164 as a domain reach of the trance will take to value 162 as the dimension of this trance domain reached at. Value 162 as it is of a dimension of the trance reach when is to be taken back to the creators of space, the manifestation form, then we will acquire a factor 2/3 and it will lead to the value 283. It is this reach at the value 283 which is going to be our bliss attainment, as this reach of value 283 is parallel to the range of 283 letters of the text of 16 Ganita Sutras. Further, here itself it will be blissful to see that values of pair 18 and 16 are coordinated as domain and dimension, and value 16 as t raised to power 4 is equal to the dimensional frame of quadruple spatial dimensions of a 4 space. These aspects together are the aspects which deserve to be comprehended well. It is this comprehension, it is this imbibing at this initiation stage for to be parallel to the processing steps of the Vedic systems is going to be a long way for providing, for attaining, achieving proper insight and appropriate enlightenment. The second aspect of the processing of the Vedic systems is the Sankhya Nishta. The formulation Sankhya Nishta as well is having a pair of formulations Sankhya and Nishta. The formulation Sankhya as Nishta as well is a setup of quadruple syllables. These quadruple syllables are taking value as trance values 15 and 5. Let us have a pause here. Here the value, the trance value is going to be for the letter Kha as 2, of the letter Ya as 1, of the letter A as 1, making it 4. However, when we are having a values range 1, 2, 3 and 4, we see here the 1 is having only organization as 1, means 1 factor. 2 as well is having only value as 2 as a 1 factor, and 3 is also having value 3 as a single factor, but the value 4 is having a pair of factors. Therefore, we are having in all 5 factors. The artifices are 1 to 4, but the factors are 5. It is this reason that we have tabulated here the value Sankhya as a Nistha. When we are making it a formulation, then we are adding here value 5. However, when the Sankhya is to be taken as independent, self-contained formulation, then it will be accepting a value 19. One may have a pause here and take note that the formulation Krishna and formulation Arjun both are accepting TC value 19. However, here the letter Ref which is attached value 2 will be in place of ref of value 3, and it will make the formulation Arjun on its internal organization chase from 2 to 3, and this will become that way value 20. Therefore, as a Sankhya Nishta for Arjuna is going to be of value 15 plus 5, but for the Lord Krishna it remains the value 19. Further, we know that the formulation Krishna is leading us to trans value 21, and formulation Arjun as well is taking us to trans value 21 with this ref as of value 3. Now the trans value remaining 21 and 21, the transcendental code value remaining as 19 and 19, and 19 and 21 coordinating as dimension and domain are the features which deserve to be tabulated at the initiation stage as well. At this initiation stage, while we are at this Sankhya Nishta as the second processing step, then we shall, while reaching at the transcendental code values for this formulation, be careful, be conscious about how the second syllable of value 4 and of value 5 is going to be internal sequential organization. The value 42 is the value which accepts an organization as a synthesis of a pair of transcendence ranges of a spatial order. It is this feature here which deserves to be comprehended well. We see that the Yoga Nishtha was taking us to value 34, and by it we have reached at hypercube 9, the representative regular body of a 9 space. However, in respect of a Sankhya Nishtha, when we reach at value 42, it takes us to synthesis of a pair of transcendence ranges of a spatial order. One may further have a pause here and take note that if here we had value 4, the summation value would have been 41, and it as such would have taken us to within 4 space, starting with the first component of soul syllable O as 1, 2, 3 and 4 going to be hypercube 3, and as the 4th space is having quadruple dimensions, therefore 41 multiplied by 4 is equal to 164 will be taking us to the trans value of the Yoga Nishtha. It is this interrelationship, it is this interconnection, it is this coordination, it is this organization for these values and features of the processing format of your Vedic systems as Yoga Nishtha and Sankhya Nishtha, which deserves to be comprehended well. Further, at the next step, when we will be reaching from Sankhya Nishtha formulation as a processing step for trans at the vowels of these quadruple syllables, then we will be reaching at value 65, 12, 0 and 50, making it a value 127. Here again we have to be cautious that the syllable kha as such is having vowel a of value 3, and these values are 2 plus 1, 3. However, as we have seen earlier, here the one value gets added, so it becomes 4 into 3 is equal to 12. So instead of a 9, it is going to be 12, and it is this feature which deserves to be comprehended well at the outset itself. Now, this summation 127 is a beautiful reach. It is a prime, and it is going to be the biggest proper prime factor of value 8128, a value of a fourth perfect number. See, the Sankhya Nishta is ultimately taking us to the phase and stage of a reach up till the biggest proper prime factor of the fourth perfect number 8128. These are the features of Sankhya Nishta. Therefore, the sadhakas fulfilled with the intensity of urge to be parallel to the processing steps of Vedic systems shall individually and collectively reach at the values, features and format of the formulation Yoga Nishta as well as of a Sankhya Nishta. Yoga Nishta processing steps and Sankhya Nishta processing steps deserve to be tabulated distinctively, and after having distinct tabulation of the features and values of the formulation Yoga Nishta and Sankhya Nishta, then one shall sit comfortably and have a comprehensive, coordinated, integrated view of this pairing processing steps of the Vedic systems. Today, our focus remains only up till this aspect and feature, and in the subsequent sessions we will be taking up this initiation stage to the further unfolding steps following with this initiation stage, and we will be reaching the text of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, which at the third shloka of the third chapter, fourth and fifth shlokas of the fifth chapter, where we will be in a position to have an appreciation as to how that in this world, in this processing way, we will be having twofold Nishta. It is going to be Sankhya Nishta and the Yoga Nishta. These pair of Nishta processing steps are taken to be distinct reach by only the young minds, while the enlightened minds are accepting unified and reach for the both processing steps. Therefore, these three shlokas of chapter 3 and chapter 5 deserve to be comprehended well to have a proper appreciation of initiation for the pair of processing steps of Yoga Nishta and Sankhya Nishta of the Vedic systems of the Vedic knowledge, which we are initiating ourselves. And it is only after this we will be reaching at the further aspects, and the sadhakas know that the Vedic way to be parallel to the processing reach intelligence, one is to sit comfortably and to follow the enlightened path of Lord Brahma, Creator the Supreme, who sits comfortably and meditates within the cavity of his own heart, where is the seat of a transcendental Lord, and it is with glimpsing and imbibing of the bliss, transcendental bliss, because of the grace of the transcendental Lord, that Lord Brahma multiplies as 10 Brahmas. It is with this that we will be appreciating the cosmic windows concept, the transcendental cavity, the compactified origins, Sthapatya miring rod, domain split spectrum, dimensional synthesis, and it is in terms of these aspects that we will be reaching back the formulations like Anant, Sankhya, Ankur, Tamsi, Vibhag of TC value 23, but of trans values as 63, 63, 66, 47, 49. Therefore, these formulations with equal transcendental code value are taking us to different trans domains, and within the trans domains there happens a re-manifestation process which takes us from transcendental origin, 5 space as an origin, back to the creator's space as manifested domains, fourfold manifestation layers as hypercubes. Therefore, when we will be reaching at a formulation Shahastra, which is simple rendering is 1000, and Anant, whose simple rendering is infinitely infinite, how along the artifices of values range 1 to 1000 we can cover infinitely infinite infinities, how we can chase infinitely infinite infinities along the artifices of values range 1 to 1000, then it is with this enlightenment, it is this with this insight, we will be acquiring a intelligence of the consciousness format which will take us parallel to the processing steps of Yoga Nishta and Sankhya Nishta of the Vedic systems, of the Vedic knowledge, workable in terms of the mathematics of the Ganita Sutras. One shall sit comfortably, one shall revisit all these features, one shall tabulate these features, one shall sequentially coordinate these features step by step. While it is with the proper enlistment of these features, it is with this proper coordination of these chain of steps of these features and values of the formats of the twofold processing steps of Yoga Nishta and Sankhya Nishta that sadhakas will be blissfully fulfilling their intensity of urge to be parallel to the processing steps of the Vedic system in terms of the mathematics, sciences and technologies values of the Ganita Sutras. Thank you very much.